Welcome back to Brush Up Your Game, and today, the Cosmic Encounter Power Showdown, Part 17, the top 16. We are almost at the end here. Alright, today we're going to work bottom up. So we're going to start with Philanthropist versus Sycophant. Now, got the art going here. Philanthropist, not the most exciting art, but somebody, nice dress, looks giving. Sycophant, I can't tell if losers giving the fruit, the dessert here to this creature, or this creature is giving stuff to lose. I don't know. It's confusing. I'm giving the artwork point to Philanthropist. At least that person looks like they're going to a fancy soiree of some kind. Okay, power text. Philanthropist can give an encounter card to another player as either main player or an ally. So they give a card to another main player, and if after using the power they don't have any encounter cards in their hand, and they're a main player, they draw a new hand. So potential really good there. Sycophant. Again, they get 10 tokens. If they're not a main player, after alliances are formed, they can use their power to flatter one of the main players, basically pick a player to win. If they win or make a deal, they discard a token from their sheet. No more tokens on the sheet, they win the game. Ultimately, I'm going to go with the power to pick a winner. I think that's better than the card giving away, although I do love trimming powers, but we're down to the top 16. I gotta pick what's the best of the best. Timing window. Both of these powers, Philanthropist, main player, or ally, optional, one phase. Sycophant, just not main player after alliances are formed. Same timing window, but you are not a main player more frequently than you are a main player or an ally. So Sycophant's getting a timing window here. Okay. Flavor text. We'll go that route. Sycophant history. Eager to please all the other species, sycophants do whatever they can to ingratiate themselves. Philanthropists, we've seen this. Rejecting a heavy-handed, dogmatic religious background, cynical philanthropists have learned to parody greed itself, knowing that the universe cannot bring itself to reject a gift. Philanthropist's flavor text just fits better with the power. And with that, we're going to go to the wilds. Philanthropists can loan out their power, which is really good. Sycophant, wild. After a player wins an encounter in which you're not the main player or an ally, you can give that player a hearty congratulations and retrieve one of your ships from the warp for each player who has ships on the winning side. I'd rather loan out my power. I think that's more useful. Sycophant super. If there's 5 or fewer tokens on your alien sheet, you may remove one of them. If there's more than 5, you may remove tokens until you have 5. Afterwards, give this flare to any player who's going to get to use the wild. So you get to lose tokens. Hopefully you get it early and you can get down to 5. That's really going to speed you up. But that's really good. Philanthropist, the super. Any player to whom you give an encounter card must play it in that encounter if they can. And that's just annoying. So Philanthropist is going to take this. They're going to move on. 4-3. I think Philanthropist is making a habit of this comeback thing. So, Cinderella story for Sycophant and Cosmic Storm in general, gone. Over. It was a strong showing, though. Okay, human versus ghoul. Just covered both of these powers recently. Human versus ghoul. They both have good artwork. But human artwork, Human's artwork is just fantastic. I gotta. This is like the space cowboy, the Buck Rogers type. It's it's just that's such good artwork. This is maybe one of my favorite pieces of art from the base set of Cosmic. It's so good. So I'm giving Human the artwork. The power text. Human adds 4 constantly, can be zapped to win an encounter. Ghoul gets defender rewards for every ship that they send to the warp when they're a main player. I like the cards more. I just got to go that route. Timing window. Human is only working in reveal. Ghoul only working in resolution. Human works main player or ally. Ghoul works just as a main player. Human gets the timing window. Flavor text. Human. Warlike and fairly dim by cosmic standards. Humans are not seen as much of a threat. However, exposing a human to cosmic energy, etc., general consensus, course of action that should be avoided. Pretty good. I like it. It's fun. Ghoul haunting the edge of the battlefields, devouring the losers to sate their endless hunger. The ghouls are greatly feared throughout the universe, particularly by those aliens that normally attack en masse. More subtle tactics are required against the ghouls, lest they emerge from battle stronger than ever. Fits the power. Humans fun. I like it. And let's go wild. Ghoul wild. After you win an encounter as a main player, you receive 1 defender reward for every player that opposed you. Human wild. If your opponent's not the human, you may use this flare to change your encounter card into an attack 42. Then give this flare to the human. So it's a one-time use, but you get a 42. No guarantee that you win, but it works. I'll give it to human. So human's going to advance there 4-2. Okay. The Colt versus Ramara. Okay. The Colt, better artwork. Power, Ramara. Power to cling on, not be a Klingon, but to cling to get ships back, more cards. It's just better than establishing this whole bit. Timing window, Ramara there. Flavor text. Let's figure this one out. Universal tag-alongs, etc. The Colt. Once a religious retreat, the Colt is now expanding their fervor to other cosmic systems. Yeah, Remora just stronger there. So, Remora moving on. 4-1. Okay. See, we're making hay while the sun shines here. Assistant versus Lizard. Now, Assistant, again, we saw the artwork last time. Assistant definitely has better artwork. I do like both powers. I think Lizard is a stronger power. I'm a sucker for the alt win. Yeah. Just gotta go with it. Aside from that, let's get into the powers. Assistant. Assistant has these essence cards they give out, but they're as a main player or ally after alliances are formed. Lizard is transmorgifying ships, so that is helpful. Getting bonuses, yeah. It again, there's a lot to like on both sides. Lizard, I'm still saying is stronger. Flavor text. Sorry. Lizard. The lizard's lifestyle comprises metamorphic cycles, due to their world's proximity to neutron star, metamorphism, adrenal overlord, seeking combat. Okay. Assistant. Mastering the art of obscurity, the assistants seem to be omnipresent relentlessly. Their inferior status is a veil from which they now quietly acquire a vast array of unnoticed resources. I like Lizard. Lizard's flavor text just a little bit better there. Lizard also has... No, Assistant has the better timing window because it works more frequently. Let's go wild. Assistant wild. You may recolonize one of your home planets using one or more of your ships in the warp, and then that's it. It's okay. Hopefully it lets you keep your power. Lizard wild is main player or ally. After your side reveals an attack card, you may either double the value of all reinforcements you play, or add one to the multiplier of a kicker. All in all, very good. Lizard wild, stronger than assistant. So, Lizard, moving on there. But it was closer. Okay. Explorer versus Inferno. We gotta reset everything here. Explorer. Inferno. Okay. Explorer. Yeah, the artwork for Explorer leaves much to be desired. Inferno's artwork is dynamic. Yeah, it's just... I don't see how there's a contest there. That's just such a better piece of artwork. Anyway, let's go powers. So, Inferno's power is after another player plays a flare and attempts to return it to their hand, you may use this power to take it instead. After you have no encounter cards and would discard your hand to draw a new one, reveal any flares in your hand, set them aside, draw a new hand, then add the set aside flares, which is fine, right? Nothing amazing, just it's fine. Explorer's power is that you get to choose one unused player color, place 4 planets. You're getting these planets. Explorer is a better power as written. Now, Inferno Super is where it gets the point back, because that's super that lets it win the game because it has 5 flares. Yeah, that's... Well, there's no competing with Explorer Super. Plus, just adding 4. It's not that good. That barely passes the human test. In fact, it doesn't. Wilds, though. As the offense after the hyperspace gate is aimed, you may take the Genesis planet, place it in the target system, re-aim the gate at that planet. You receive rewards equal to your ships in the encounter if you win or make a deal, or 1 reward if you do not, which is nice, right? Inferno Wild... you can discard a flare from your hand as main player or ally. And each player can do this. The first flare discarded adds 20. Every subsequent one adds 10. And then the Inferno gets this flare. Which is, that's a big deal, right? I've said that before. However... The Explorer Wild changes the shape of the game. It adding 20 is great, but you have to be so cautious about when you're using it. The Explorer Wild's consistent and good. It's just better. Flavor text. Inferno's flavor text here. Expelled from the fiery depths of a red giant star. The Inferno defiled the cold wastes of space. They sought out other sources of heat to burn, increasing their power with each flare-up. Nothing will satisfy the Inferno until the entire cosmos is consumed in an ultimate conflagration. Okay, cool. Explorers, as the various child races of the precursors began to take to the stars, most were drawn to one another in their hunger for knowledge, trade, defense, conflict, and the other manifold needs that drove them forward. The explorers, however, often bypassed other sentient beings in their haste to catalog new worlds. Even centuries later, this obsession continues, but now they begin to reap the rewards of their diverse discoveries. They're both good flavor texts, but I'm giving it to Explorer. I just like it better. It tells me about cosmic history, which is something that nothing else has done. So Explorer takes down Inferno. Okay, Loser versus Volch. I know both of these artworks off the top of my head. Loser, the cute little alien, goes not squee, but makes you go aww, and then goes smack. Looks like the cat from Shrek. Yeah, Puss in Boots. Yeah. Volch, ugly. Loser wins. I mean, ugly. All of this is relative, but Loser, just a more fun piece of art to me. Powers. Loser can declare the upset, declare that the loser of the encounter would win, the winner loses. Volch gets to keep artifacts and steal artifacts that other players are playing after they've played it. They get discarded. Volch picks them up. Volch, when they get a new hand, they keep their artifacts. But that power to upset, it's just better. Now, Volch does have the better timing window. That's going to happen all the time. Let's look at the wilds. The Loser Wild The Loser Wild, as a main player, before encounter cards are selected, you may declare that both sides lose, sending everybody to the warp. The Volch Wild, if you win an encounter or make a deal as main player, your opponent gives you his hand, one card at a time. And one card at a time hand is very fun psychological mind game. Super Volch, you may use your power to collect any discarded flares as well as artifacts, which is cool. Loser Super, you may wait until after cards are selected, but before they're revealed, before declaring an upset. It's just better. So Loser on the Super is going to take this one 4-2. It's not that Volch is bad power. It's good. Okay. Pentaform versus Tortoise. Pentaform is the tree. Tortoise is, well, a turtle, cosmic turtle, but the tree looks much better. Powers, Pentaform, 5 life stages. Tortoise, the ability to just get a bunch of rewards, bunch of cards, and sit there, and then at the end of the game, they have a chance to win. I'd rather have five powers to cycle through. People aren't afraid to invite me to help me along my way. Let's go to flavor text, shall we? Pentaform history. Evolving on the 5th moon of the 5th planet of their star system, the Pentaforms coincidentally developed with 5 distinct life stages. They all differ amongst each other. Really good history about the Pentaform. I like it. Tortoise. The Tortoise shock all by moving to the finish line to where they alone can venture. Pentaform, just a better history. I'm sorry. Better flavor text. It's not like Tortoise is bad. Tortoise got this far. Just ran up against a very bad match for it in Pentaform. So, bench form, moving on. Okay, Sorcerer versus Magician. This one, I saved this one for last because I wanted something here at the end that I think will be fun. Okay, Sorcerer, very iconic, got the box cover. I love the multiple hands. Reminds me of Doctor Strange from Marvel. Very cool piece of art. Magician, also interesting art, but I'm not sure that evokes magic to me. Sorcerer, stronger art. Okay. Wilds. I'm just going to go in order. Okay. Magician, wild. When you are a main player, before selecting cards, you may force your opponent to play 3-card Monty. Put 3 cards down, shuffle them up. Your opponent chooses one of the face cards at random, which they then play. Return the other 2 cards to their hand. Sorcerer Wild. When Sorcerer is not the main player, before cards are selected during an encounter, you may force the main players to trade alien powers with each other. It's just more fun. Super. Sorcerer can use their power as an ally, switching the main player's encounter cards. Magician's Super. When using your power, turn one of your opponent's 2 cards face up before choosing. Choose either the face up or face down card and take it. Your opponent plays the card you did not choose as normal. A bit of Oracle there, and I love the combination of them. And I'm going to give Magician the point. Power texts. Magician, they have the power of prestidigitation. As a main player, use this power before encounter cards are selected to force your opponent to play 2 encounter cards face down. Choose one of the 2 cards at random, add it to your hand, then play an encounter card from your hand normally. Your opponent must play the card you didn't choose. And that's that. Note, Magician's power can be negated if their opponent only has 1 card left. A Sorcerer has the power of magic. As a main player, after encounter cards are selected but before they're revealed, you may use this power to switch encounter cards with your opponent. Here's what I like. Both powers, you have only yourself to blame. You made the choice. Did you play right? Did you play wrong? Magician, you get a little bit more knowledge. You get to pick up a card, you get to look at it, and then you get to make a decision. And I love Sorcerer. But I like Magician's power text a bit more. I like what's there. We're going to go to flavor text. Sorcerer. Over eons, the clan of sorcerers studied the cosmic flow and learned to channel these tides to their own needs. Beginning with minor alterations in the probability patterns of matter, they progressed to transportation of objects over great distances. Undaunted by an occasional backlash of fate, they even now are humming the incantations of mastery. Okay. Magician. Lacking any natural weapons with which to defend themselves, the magicians had to use their keen intellect to survive. Confusing and confounding their enemies became second nature to the wily magicians. Indeed, many a would-be cosmic conqueror has found occasion to curse the day that the magician swindled a visiting alien out of his spaceship and soared out into the cosmos. I like Sorcerer just a touch more there. Just hits a different note with me. It feels more like a sorcerer. Magician doesn't quite feel like a magician. It feels more like a con man. Okay, timing window. Well, I actually have them both here. Magician, main player only, mandatory, single phase. Sorcerer, main player only, Single phase. Optional. And it's really the optional side of this that gets Sorcerer the 4-3 win. And realistically, I could have chosen Sorcerer's Power Text, and then it would have been a blowout. And I'm okay with this. I'm okay with either way this went. I'm happy. I'm happy either side of this. So, your top 8 are now Sorcerer, Pentaform, Loser, Explorer, Lizard, Remora, Human, and Philanthropist. Pretty good group. If I got any of these powers, I'd be happy. That's me. But, yeah. One final video to go from these 8 to a champion. That's what it's going to be. So, all right, folks. We're almost there. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Till next time. Keep brushing up your game. Take care.